What up, internet? As you can see, I got my Eagles hat on. The Philadelphia Eagles have won the Super Bowl. Hell yeah. If you don't know this about me, I'm a huge sports fan. Phillies and the Eagles are my two main squeezes. Anyways, this just made me even more motivated to get cracking on my Super Bowl, which is Born Free, obviously. So, I'm right at the NFC Championship game right now. I'm about to let Saquon run the ball all the way for 60 yards to the house with this bike, so I don't even know what that means. Anyways, today, I'm going to be Saquon Barkley and run myself to the house by making my foot controls and my floor pegs and cool stuff. So, let's make this push for the Super Bowl here. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get after it. So this is probably one of the most tedious parts of the build to date. And as you can see here, I'll give you a look at what I've got going on. I decided to draw this cool little skeleton guy to engrave in my floorboard here. So this is going to be the face of my floorboard. Little skeleton guy is going to be, you know, like laying in the coffin. And I can't vectorize this image to be cut out directly because for whatever reason, I have to upgrade my Grabo style program to the next tier, which is like 500 bucks more. So I'm not doing it. And what I have to do is just basically come in here, make a line, and then click 9 million times to hand draw the contour of the skeleton that I've drawn. So that's what I'm very consumed with right now. Listen, I honestly had no idea how difficult this was gonna be. My pointer finger has never felt so much fatigue in my entire life. This is by far one of the most physically taxing things of the entire build so far. And I just gotta push through, just shake it off, and gosh. All right, finally, here's what I'm working with. Obviously, this is just a test panel. Might become the completed ones, not too sure. Haven't really polished it that well yet, but these are gonna be my floorboards. All right, round two. The only way I decided that I could do this effectively was to polish up this piece a little bit better. So I cut myself a new slab here, polished it up out of this, you know, 1/4 inch, whatever the heck it is. And now I'm gonna go cut out a new set, and these are gonna be the final product for my floorboards. Nice. Okay, so these pieces of metal might not know it yet, but they're gonna be foot controls for my motorcycle. And I've got some pretty cool ideas for them. They're gonna be kind of like a boomerang shaped looking clutch pedal. I'm using this Prism Supply kickstand mounting bracket as my base. It's already got all the holes like precision drilled in there and they're tapped out. So I'm just gonna be able to weld what I build right onto this plate and make a continuation of that for my clutch pedal. And then the brake pedal is gonna be especially interesting because I'm going to make it actuate in such a manner where I can hide the master cylinder behind the motor and in between the transmission right there. So let's get after it. Yeah. So I've got this Prism kickstand mounting plate here, and I just kind of have drawn the general shape that I would like it to be when I finish it. And I came up with this. And I've got these little cute little 1 3/4 diameter little circles here, and they're however thick this is. I don't know. I don't have my calipers on me. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this out. This should just Lego piece itself right up to there. And I'm gonna drill this spot out so I can weld that in. And then bada bing, bada boom. That's gonna be the hard mounting plate for the kickstand and the top of my clutch pedal. All right, so I got my stuff cut out here. Obviously it looks choppy because I'm gonna weld it on together first, and then I'm gonna smooth up the sides so I can blend it all as one, you know. So wow, I mean, whew. I'm really stoked with the way it's looking so far though, so let's weld it up. right here, it's a little, maybe it's hard to draw, I'm not too sure. But I cut out this circle, just the same radius as the little piece of the previous computer saw. It's going to be my actual clutch pedal itself. So it's got a little design traced out there, kind of simple. That's what I'm doing for it. Just got to cut this out and see if it works. Okay, so now it's on to making the brake pedal for me, and the way that I'm going to do this is I need to have this brake pedal be able to actuate a rod and push backwards. So this is going to be the front of the brake pedal, and I wanted to keep the same motif of the cool swoopy doopies like I have on the oil tank there. That's kind of what this shape is modeled after. And I'm also going to make a little prong that sweeps down off of the bottom pivot, and when I press the oil tank or the brake pedal forward, it's going to push that rod backwards and then actuate my master cylinder. Also, I wanted to mention that I got a few of these pairs of bars that I made back from the Chromer, and they look incredible. I fully blend all the seams so no welds are visible whatsoever, and I'm going to be selling 5 pairs of these at Born Free, but I might make more if there's more desire, so let me know if you guys might want a pair. Alright, so I know it doesn't look like much right now, but this is going to be the mounting for the brake pedal that I'm going to do. And huge shout out to Trulers, by the way. They sent me and a bunch of other invited builders a lot of their products, and they are actually incredibly useful for doing stuff like this around the shop. So if you guys get a chance, check out Trulers, because I'm telling you, man, you won't be disappointed when you buy some of this stuff. Like this right here, all this is magnetized, and it comes out like that too. So if you need a rounded edge, it just pops right out and then pops back in. So shout out to Trulers. Alright, so here is the rough, I guess, final product before I finish it and make it look all nice and tidy for my brake pedal. And I already got this little mounting bracket all set to go here. I'll show you how it's going to work. Slides in there just like that. It'll sit like yonder. My peg is going to go right there, and just press it down like that. This little tab here is going to actuate, where is it? This linkage. And it's going to be like, woo! Sorry. It's going to be a stop in here, so it's not going to be able to go back any further than this. But you get the idea. When you press the pedal forward, it sends the linkage backwards, and it actuates the master cylinder that's going to be tucked underneath here. So let's make this look nice. Alright, so you can see I've like almost got it done. There's a few things I need to tidy up, and now I have to mount the master cylinder, but it works. And that's exactly what I was going for. I wanted to hide the master cylinder somewhere around here so I can get this area pretty clean. And yeah, this brake pedal, I'm pretty happy with, honestly. I wasn't too sure if I was going to like the shape, but yeah, ended up being pretty nifty. So nice. Alright, now that we got both controls knocked out, this is probably going to be the easiest part of this video to do. I'm just going to have to create a bracket so I can mount this master cylinder up in there. The first piece of the puzzle is this threaded bung that I have, which is going to weld directly onto the frame rail there. But then because these two holes are offset, I'm going to need to weld around this a bracket so I can offset the mounting position as well. So I can just put another bung on the back side of it. I'll all weld up to here, and then the master cylinder just bolt right on from the inside. And then, I know what you're thinking, uh-oh, there's not a lot of room down there, but actually there is a bunch of room. And the oil lines are going to be able to clear the master cylinder with no problem. I'm going to be able to get my brake line from the master cylinder out, take it around the transmission plates and all that stuff, and it'll be good. Alright, I'm making some good progress here on mounting the master cylinder right there. I cleaned up this bung a little bit. This is going to weld directly onto the frame. But since it's offset, I just fabricated this guy right here. And it's basically just going to allow me to get a great anchor with how I can weld it on there. So it's going to be pretty secure. And then also provide me the perfect amount of offset so I can get that master cylinder on there nice and tidy. And then it's also gonna be pretty sleek and hidden back there. So the design obviously isn't rocket science or anything like that, but I think it'll still be nice enough looking to where it's not gonna be an eyesore when you see it on the bike. All right, we got it in place and it's level. It's 0.1 on the transmission plate as well. So this is level. Now we just gotta weld it on there. All right, well, here it is. Obviously I still have some stuff to clean up here, make it look even nice and prettier. Now I'm gonna build another internal stop for this so it can only go back that far, but here's my brake linkage. Brake pedal, obviously my foot peg is gonna be right here. But yeah, I got the master cylinder mounted, snucked in there behind the transmission, or behind the motor and the transmission. You see my linkage goes along here through the bottom like that. And I know what you're thinking, that's not a very good idea. Well, I wanted to do it anyways, so there it is. Oh, also, and yes, I can take the cap off and get brake fluid in there. So, don't comment about, you're not gonna be able to get brake fluid in there, because you can. Oh yeah, also, the skid plate is gonna cover the bottom of the master cylinder, so it'll be protected. Before we close off this video, I just want to give a huge, massive shout out to Brian from Scavenger Cycle Parts. He made me these custom oil lines here, these hard oil lines, and they just are so perfect for my oil tank. They're nice and sleek. They give me the perfect amount of clearance over top of the transmission. I'm able to get to my oil fittings perfectly here. And most of all, they look awesome. So shout out to Brian. If you want any custom work or custom hard oil lines, hit him up. He also sells some really wicked ones you can just bolt on and go. So Scavenger Cycle parts. But all right, heck yeah. It has been very wicked so far, and it's crazy to think that I'm really nearing the finish line of all the heavy fabrication on this bike. There's only one thing that I have left to tidy up, and that's remake the sissy bar. And then of course I have to take everything apart and then finish weld all the things that I haven't finish welded yet. But other than that, I mean, gosh darn, we're getting there. We are certainly getting there. Appreciate everybody watching these videos so far. Super stoked to get on to the next piece of this bike, which is going to be all the body work and the paint, finishing, and chrome and all that stuff. But yeah, wow. All right, see you in the next one. Peace.